No, you know what? So I realized growing up as a kid, I was an English supporter.
Is it?
I feel
Yeah.
like, would you say you were?
Hell no.
Oh yeah, to be
Yeah,
fair.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
But I was gonna say, I feel like even me, like I feel all of us at that
all
age,
of us,
like,
bro. When I had like
I
a
support
red,
my country.
shirt with
Really?
England.
Yeah, I had one too.
I feel like there was
So
a time when all of us like were proper English supporters. I think for me, it's not, I always support England to some extent, not as much as Ghana,
Right.
but like with that, I think the Euros of 2020 or 2021,
Oh, yeah,
20,
fellas. Yeah.
because of the pandemic, I think it was meant to be,
Yeah.
but
Mhm.
because of that, I think that was the final nail in the coffin. I just stopped supporting England from that point onwards.
Mm.
The
Okay,
only
that's
reason-
quite recent though.
Yeah, but I think for me, I'd seen enough nonsense with it because I was like,
I think there's a lot of tolerance.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think Get says in his song with Sampha, Double Standards, he says that Raheem can score 100 goals or 1,000 goals, but if you miss a penalty, it's monkey jokes.
Yeah.
And it's like, for me, I'm like, nah, I can't support that kind of team. And I'm not saying that that's the majority of England supporters because obviously we all know people that support England. And they're not like that at all.
Yeah.
In fact, the team is a very good. It seems like a very
It's a
good
very
vibe.
good team.
Yeah.
Good team.
I mean,
Best team in a long time.
Yeah, so it's like, for me personally, I think as a team, it's amazing, but I can't wholeheartedly support them. So for example, if I'm being really honest with you guys, they're my sweepstakes team, innit? So I want peas from them, innit? So you get me?
I'm here for the money, man.
Yeah, I want my
money
peas. I
only.
want my bread, and they didn't give me that, so I'm very annoyed. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm happy that Saka got his. There was a good story in there where in the semi-final he took the penalty, I believe.
Mm.
Oh yeah, when
Yeah,
he scored, yeah.
And then that was kind of like he's kind of beat his demons kind of thing. That,
Yeah.
so
Right,
that was a
right.
nice thing to see, and a lot of new players were introduced, like Kobe Manu, who's your heritage from Ghana.
Yeah.
He had an amazing Euros.
Yeah. Watkins.
As
Yeah.
well. I think is this nice, and I think sometimes it frustrates me with England where I think the people, when they hear us talking about this, they always say, "Oh, why are you talking about race again? No, stop dividing us. Shut up, shut up, bruv." Like, this is our experience. Do you know what I mean? Like, let us talk about it. Like, we always carry the nation, bro. And I'm not saying like
Of recent, especially.
yes, but it's
Yeah.
like we are a massive contribution
Yeah.
to the success of England's
Yeah.
football team anyway.
Especially
makes no
when
sense.
you want to do a percentage and oh my gosh, but there's only 3% of you in
So
the
it's like
country.
there's way too
but
many.
we're overrepresented in carrying.
Definitely
Yeah,
overrepresented.
yeah.
We as English as you are, whether you like or not. If you want to do it on a race thing, cool, whatever, innit? But when it comes down to the stats, when it comes down to the paper, we as English as you. So I think for me, for a country not to accept people like that and only cheer them on when they do well, for me, I can't really support that. It's not really a bit of me. And I don't know how it is in Spain, because obviously Nico Williams, he's also from Ghana. And also Lamine Yamal.
He's from Ghana.
No, I think he's from Equatorial Guinea.
Okay. Close
They're obviously two black players as well.
Yeah.
I want to see how their reception would have been in Spain
If they had lost.
They lost.
if they had lost. I don't think it would have been bad personally, because I think they had amazing Euros, but like
I see what you're
the
saying.
Spanish have problems as well.
You know, they
Spain and
they
Italy, them
definitely
two.
do.
Spain,
Hey.
Italy, France,
Yeah,
Portugal.
yeah. Portugal, they do have their problems, but it's not as bad as.
Well, I think maybe our perception of bad is different because
I can't they're all colonial.
Anyway, let's say Europe anyway.
Yeah,
Because for me, you guys saw when I did the rule of sport, soon to come back by the way. When I did
yeah, please, thank you.
when I did the rule of sport, like I was so passionate about AFCON because I could just generally enjoy it. There wasn't this thing
AFCON
about
is a better tournament.
Oh, 100% by far. I was so entertained.
Yeah.
And it was generally because it was good vibe. Obviously, it got a bit techie at the end because obviously it was basically everyone versus Nigeria at that point. But it was still banter.
Michael looking for like,
It was still banter though.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean? It's not like
it wasn't like, oh my gosh, you guys that we threw out of our country and
it's not
Yeah.
any like
Yeah.
I've got something over you.
yeah.
Yes.
It's more just competitive.
We're not
like,
talking about each other's race. Or we're not
It's
talking
about the sport.
it's
yes.
about the sport.
Yeah.
Like
So
we
it's-
have a better team than you.
Yes, it's
This guy's
banter. Do you know
bad.
what I mean?
Yeah,
That's the furthest it will go.
Mhm.
But for us, it always have to be about race. It's like that's what when the black person takes a penalty, all of us are now nervous.
Yeah.
Because it's like
You know what's even scarier is whenever there is like a semi-final or final and England is in there, there's always the conversation of if you're black and you're in the pub, leave.
get out now. And that should not be it.
Isn't that so sad
That's
though?
sad. That's why I can't
It's like,
support it.
hey guys, look, if you're black in the pub, leave now. Like 10 minutes to the end of the match, we're not scoring a goal. Leave. Like, start finding the train. There's no night tube. Like, bro, like find your way home. Like, call an Uber.
No. Imagine Obi wanted me to go all the way to deep Essex
What's the game?
to watch the game.
Essex.
Yeah, nah, you're good.
I was like, I beg your finest pardon.
Essex have all
You
places.
now want me to come home. I live near a certain football club.
Yeah, you're done.
Like back in the day,
Even now. Even now.
I'm not getting
no
around there.
blacks.
Yeah. I especially
Like
don't
police
fuck with it.
escort them from the station
You know how crazy
to the
that is?
stadium.
Yeah.
So I was
But,
like, please,
I mean, in terms of optics now, obviously, they've lost again.
Yeah.
They've been losing for a while.
Yeah.
I think I saw a video of Kelechi saying
yeah.
that until they return until they return the stolen goods to Benin.
I'll be honest, yeah. I think England losing this final and been losing finals is spiritual.
It has to be.
Because you can't. You know what? Spain were actually the better team. They've been the best team
They
for
were
the
the
competition.
better. They were a better team.
But that last one against Italy is spiritual.
That one was painful.
That was the worst. That was worse than this one.
Painful.
I was very conflicted in that match because obviously
Oh yeah, yeah.
I was like,
So it's like, who's done me dirty the most?
dirtier. I was
Dirtier.
like, yeah. I was like, But yeah, you're right though. I do feel like maybe there's something
It's
to it
spiritual, man.
because
Maybe someone give him a curse.
Someone tied their destiny to Calabash and just dropped it in the Thames and said, "You never know peace."
no, yeah, of course. But also, I do feel like I think it's something in British culture in general. But we're very safe people.
Mm.
I say people like I'm part, but you know what I mean. Like there's this culture of like don't do too much.
Yeah.
Like
They hate
because
when
if you do
express
too
yourself.
much and you like the reason why let's say like American football, as in like South American football, is so flamboyant and African football is so flamboyant because of how their culture actually is.
Yes, yeah.
And it
Yeah.
bleeds into the sports and how
Yeah,
they
yeah, yeah.
communicate. So they can have these kind of like flamboyant skills and
Yeah.
like people doing all these kind of like, you know, throwing themselves out there.
Yeah.
British football is very
Like, think about Beckham. Like,
Mhm.
I remember the Netflix
Yeah.
show and stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like I forgot what happened
Mm.
at the time, but I think like when he lost the Euros, and other things, like he was public enemy number
Yeah,
one.
it
The
was
thing
the
is,
case.
and he's probably enemy number one because he was different.
Mm.
And
he was
you know,
playing like
even
a
to the
South
point where
American-
I swear Ferguson was like, "I don't want you to become like a star. Like,
yeah,
focus on the football."
Is a very British way because I think reason why we're having more stars now,
Mm.
people like Bellingham, Saka, Cole Palmer, Eze. He didn't play as much. He's from South London even. He plays for Palace. You've got Ivan Toney. So my man,
Tony, yeah.
he obviously he had his betting charges and that. But obviously he took a penalty, and the reason why people talk about it so much is because he didn't look at the ball.
Yeah.
He literally looked directly at the keeper and slotted it in. And it's like the reason why these people come put enemy number one is because people don't like people that almost feel like they're doing
Confident,
too much,
cocky,
yeah.
It's such a-
arrogant.
it's like it's jealousy.
Yeah.
It's like people start getting some way like, oh.
Like, oh, why he's good, but why is he so?
And also,
like, you know,
another thing, this is a warning for the man them. We need to love Jude Bellingham. I don't know. You know a lot of guys don't like Jude Bellingham. They think he does too much.
really.
Fam,
To be fair, they did the same thing with Raheem Sterling.
people
for a
don't
while.
like Jude Bellingham, bro. Not because of,
Bruh.
but just because he thinks he's doing too much.
because
And
he's confident and like he's young.
I'm happy for the brother because
Nah,
to see
of course,
someone
of course.
doing that at his age
Mm.
is insane. you know?
Yeah.